We're back.
Did you miss us?
I missed us.
I missed us so much.
Hi, Shay.
This feels so beautiful.
You know
We're
what,
back.
though? I feel like I see you all the time.
I know, but like just not podcast setting.
It's not podcast setting. And
I've missed it.
the fact that like it has not left our minds either since.
We needed a break though.
We did need a break.
Yep.
And sometimes a little time off to reset, recoup.
Yep.
And would we say that we had time off from work?
But it was really nice to know how much our listeners missed it too.
You know what?
I was like, do they miss it? I don't know.
We had such a big response
huge.
to
I was like,
the missing the podcast and
Yeah.
everyone saying that I put up a Q&A yesterday and I think half of it was answers being like, I missed you girls in my ears.
ready.
Can't wait for this episode.
So happy. And we've just come off the back of filming a Salon Rising episode.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a nice getting us warmed and ready for our own episode.
It
which
was really
lovely.
nice to be kind of back in a studio recording and just flowing on with conversations. It did definitely make me miss our podcast. So excited that
Welcome
we're
back.
back and we're definitely going to be putting an effort to our Barefaced and Naked podcast.
Yeah.
But as everyone knows, we have got Ash fully up and running.
She's going hard.
We
full
have
steam.
got a month to go to our first event.
How are you feeling?
I'm
I feel
excited.
Like it's fucking come up so fast.
There's a lot
I'm
to
a bit
do.
nervous. We've got a big to-do list. And I was like, we've got months. And now I'm like,
Weeks.
fuck.
Weeks.
I'm so excited though.
So excited.
And we can totally chat just so much about that.
I was going to say, no one wants to hear about Ash right now.
Let's just relax.
Let's
all calm
relax.
down.
We're literally...
Let's quickly catch up, right?
go.
Because obviously, if you're watching the video form of this, we're actually in my house because we're not in our old salon where we used to film, which was my old studio.
Yes.
I've sold her, which was so funny because a few episodes ago on this podcast, you would have heard me saying do I, don't I, should I get rid of it? And now I did it and it's been
gone.
the best decision of my life. So if you're thinking the
Crazy.
same, I actually had so many people message and be like, I'm thinking of getting rid of my salon lease as well.
Really?
And go back to room renting. And I'm like, fucking do it.
Do it.
Do it. Or people are like, I just did it. It's amazing. And I'm like, oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I feel like you just need someone to be like, you're okay. You're safe.
Literally. I was trying to explain it to my partner because he was like, why would she sell? Why? And I'm like, you don't understand the responsibility of owning and running such a huge space.
Yeah.
I was like, just letting it go and renting a room. I rent a room now as well. And coming from a home studio to just renting a room, even though I was at home,
Yeah.
it has felt like I've let so much responsibility
So
kind
much.
of go, and I go to work now, which is something new for me. I actually get in my car
It's
and
nice
drive
to get
work.
dressed and
Oh
you're
my
like,
god,
I'm a worker girl.
I dress the cutest for work. Sometimes I'm in my
Depends on the day.
yeah. Saturdays
Yep.
are very cruisy.
Yeah.
Um.
Can I say though, there is one downside, which there's always going to be. It's not even a downside, but I feel like I'm not safe. I feel very safe, right? But
I totally understand what you mean.
The lady the salon I'm in came to me and said, Shay, I'm so sorry. I need the space in 2 or 4 weeks.
I wouldn't know where I'd be
I'd
going.
be like, oh, fuck. There
Yeah.
is a little bit of that,
uncertainty about the future.
uncertainty.
Which
But
that's life.
Pros and cons.
Though, hey,
Yeah.
it's literally, that's just something that you have to kind of deal with.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. Me personally, I'm not in a contract.
I'm not either.
So I just pay.
Oh, I love no contracts.
no contracts. It's just Helina, rent's due Friday.
Yep. Mine's Monday.
That's it. Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, done.
Yep,
Done.
literally. So it's just and I just pay my rent weekly, and that's us.
Because I remember when you were at home as well, you had a lot of stress of making sure that the house was beautiful.
Stunningly presented.
And it is hard to keep your house looking 10 out of 10, 24/7.
Exactly. House always had to be clean. And then it was also I lived with one of my girlfriends. So it was
Yes.
literally hey girl,
That's
can you
tricky
not
too.
do the washing
I need
on
you
a
to shut the fuck
Saturday?
up.
And then, it was also working from home too. Common mistakes. People get their appointments mixed up. Someone's walking down your driveway on a
They see that
Thursday
you're
night
there.
and you're like, girl, I'm marinating in a fake tan.
Yeah.
I don't have you right now. But then it's like, oh, well, I'm here now. Can you do them?
You're like,
So knowing that I'm
no
just
one's doing that at a
exactly,
salon.
no
You're
one's
renting.
coming in.
Lights are off.
Yeah. So I'm really enjoying it. I know you're loving it as
Yeah.
well. So we've both had a big move in
So
that.
much has happened.
Mm.
So much has happened. But I'm also now excited to see even where we'll be in 6 months' time.
This is what I mean. We've got there's just so much excitement around the
So
future.
much.
So definitely full steam ahead.
It's amazing. And okay, in the world right now, things are very expensive, right?
Yeah.
Can I ask, because now that you've moved out of your home, how does that feel? Like, you're renting that, aren't you? Have you thought about
home?
selling it? Yeah.
Yes.
Or are you
but
wanting
no,
to hold on to it?
definitely holding on to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, decided to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm like confident in my decision with that.
Yep.
So
You want to hold on to it?
yeah, I've just got renters in there, and they pay their bills, I pay my bills. Life is good.
I think whenever Dom and I would love to say that we go overseas for a year and like live. Like if we, for me, my goal, and he's from there as well, like go and live in the UK for a year.
Wow.
Just flat. And I think, what would I do with this place? I think rent it and like investment property it and then buy a new one when we get back.
Yeah, it's
That would be
so like
amazing.
that whole world of things is just a whole other ball game.
It's like adult.
Yeah.
I'm an adult.
Yeah, like Keegan and I are definitely thinking about future goals and stuff like that for ourselves, and it's just like saving train, baby.
Yeah.
Like you gotta get some funds behind you.
It was actually really nice selling the salon, because that money that I sold and the money that I
profited.
didn't make it really, the money that I had come into my pocket, I've just put it straight into an account, and I'm
How'd
like,
it go?
travel. Like, I want to be able to go and travel when we do for Ash.
Yep.
Obviously, we'll be doing our own thing and making money in other ways, but I do not want to have to worry about how the mortgage is getting paid.
Absolutely.
Or how I'm making money so I don't have to be like on a tight ass budget while I'm traveling.
Yeah, of course.
So, that was actually really nice.
No, I'm so good. And you are, like you said before, like when we were chatting, like you're just so airy, fairy light now.
I feel so airy.
And it's just nice to just like you having that energy bounces onto other people.
Yeah.
So it's so nice. I totally
I love
get
it. I love it. I feel like coming up to the end of the year it starts to get fun and festive, right?
It does.
It's a lot.
Stressful.
And I'm like, Helina, do not book yourself this year like a crazy. You did it last year and you're like, fuck.
Yeah, definitely not working psychotic hours again this year.
But actually, now that I say this, you've got another surgery coming up. You did this last year. You're like, I'm just working hard for my surgery. Yeah. And now you've got another surgery coming up.
I have
and
this
you're like,
thing.
fuck.
This will be the third year in a row that I have a surgery in January.
And because you think you got to work really hard to get through the crazy festive season, and then prepared to have no time off because money doesn't come in otherwise.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
But hey, this surgery is an exciting one in January.
What is she doing?
So she's getting her implant.
She gets a baby.
So I already had lift done in April.
How's that recovery
Amazing.
been? Yeah,
It's
so
amazing.
chill.
So chill. Literally so chill.
Yeah, love it.
Fully recovered. Everything's looking good. So all clear to go ahead in January.
Have you had any thoughts of being like, do I need implants?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Especially
Itty-bitty
because there's a
cheeky,
lot
fun.
of people around me getting them removed. So definitely something I had considered. I pulled the pin on it. I was actually meant to be getting them done in like a month and a bit.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, in October.
Yeah.
But I decided to push it back. And I'm confident in my decision. I think combination with my weight loss and loose skin that I've had removed
That's
and
no
stuff like
rush.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I want this final piece of the puzzle to my body. And in 10 years, if it's something that needs to be removed, then whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah.
For the rest of my 20s, though, I plan on having a nice round set of titties.
Yes.
So,
Round her off.
Yeah.
Yep.
But anyway, it's enough about boobs.
Can we quickly talk about our latest little holiday we went on, which was we went to Sydney.
We did go to
for
Sydney.
Ash.
Yep.
Sorry, no, we went for a beauty expo.
But we went as Ash.
We went as Ash, and we were also scooping our next location, which is going to be in Sydney. So we've got Brisbane coming up in like 4 fucking weeks. Don't talk to me about it. And then we have Sydney, what we're assuming maybe in March.
I'm thinking
once you've
March.
recovered.
Yeah, March. I feel like
March is going to be go time.
probably early March
Because
to be honest,
Sydney, we want to do Melbourne, Perth, and then Adelaide.
Adelaide.
And then we're like, do we just quickly pop over to NZ?
Well, NZ's definitely high on our priority list.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so
I don't want to be in
too.
NZ when it's snowing.
That's like mid-year.
It's like September's still good. Like I was in Queenstown in September last year. And
Was it still
good.
snowing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up on the
I don't
mountain.
love snow.
I
but
love snow.
We'll go. We'll compromise.
Compromise.
But that was a really, really fun just little holiday. We went to the beauty expo and saw so many friends.
Met
so many friends.
Yes.
And you know us, we love the community. Hence why fucking Ash is coming about. We're here for the community. But you actually put a poll up the other day asking for questions that we're about to do on the podcast.
Yes.
Can you remember what the question was about collaboration? Can you bring it up for me?
Yes, I will read it.
Because I thought it was an interesting topic. And we are very passionate about the community, collaborating. And someone asked a question. I'll let Helena take it away.
So something that came through in regards to that was, have you seen a big rise in-person big group training since you launched Ashed Education? Thoughts?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
But in no way do we look at that as any type of concern
Or
threat,
copying,
anything
nothing.
like that, especially because we've forever, ever since starting this, bringing you and I together.
Yeah.
Collaboration is everything. And if you can have a community that loves the same thing and is inspired by the same thing, why the fuck not? And if you're learning and you're meeting friends.
Absolutely. And that's the thing though. It's just like the whole point, like I think it's actually great that there's so many different in-person trainings because there is not one set way to do what we do.
Absolutely.
So why should you only learn one way? Why should you only do one way? There is multiple ways. And that is one of the favorite things about Ashed Education, that with our training, there is 3 techniques in one training.
Yeah.
3 artists, one training.
And can I just say as well, we have thought about classes that we've done in person before, what we loved, what we would maybe do differently, stuff like that. But I think for us, because we know in-person trainings, and we're out of COVID now, it's going to become a bit of a fun, exciting thing. People are going to be doing them. We were thinking, what's going to make ours different? And the biggest thing for us was not just making it masterclass.
Yes.
Where you sit, don't say a word.
We very much
learn.
so use the word event.
Yeah. Like we're throwing the word event around because we have put so much into it to make it a fucking event.
Exactly.
Right?
And it's
hence why so much planning is going into it.
Yeah, 100%. And like when we were kind of creating just like the word for the training, like we just kept saying to each other, oh, you know, we're going to be doing more than brows, and it's more than a service, and it's more than consulting.
Beyond just brows.
Exactly. It's literally beyond your brow appointment with your client.
Yep.
It's the pre and the aftercare. It's the consultation. It's the storing of consult forms. So, you know,
so
things
much.
down to the name of Beyond Brows event.
Yeah.
That is literally like there's so much thought into it.
And like walk in. We'll give everyone a bit of a rundown of what Ash will look like, right? Walk in. We've got an hour of coffee and chats, right?
Absolutely.
Come in, you'll get a name badge that will have your business name and your name, so everyone knows who's everyone. There's no confusion.
Love that.
We're here for that. Walk in, there is one of us at the door introducing.
Saying hi. You know what? I think I want to do that.
Yeah, you can have that.
I'm like, hi.
Then come find me at the coffee station. Iced lattes, chai
Half
lattes,
a pump of
whatever
vanilla
the fuck
for
you want.
Shay.
Yeah. Whatever you want. Like, we've got an hour to get to all know each other.
Exactly.
Not just sit down and be quiet. Then, after we've all had a fun little coffee moment, which
we're caffeinated
that's
up.
selling it for me right there.
Yeah, we're caffeinated up.
We can sit down and we can have a little moment to get to know each other. If you don't know someone around you or you hadn't had a chance to introduce someone, quickly go say hi.
Just
sit with
introduce
them.
yourself. Yeah.
And then we're into a bit of fun, so much learning. We have some incredible videography going on. So everybody, wherever they're sitting, will see everything.
Yes.
Which I think that's personally a huge thing for me. I want to see it all. And then we have delicious lunch.
You know what?
Served.
Hats off to Anthea for the research that woman put into that.
What is lunch?
No, we're not telling them.
Okay,
it's a
because
surprise.
I can't remember, but it's delicious.
It's a surprise.
And then the next following day, we got cocktails as well, don't forget. Cocktails. But then the next day we have a guest speaker.
And I'm so excited for that guest speaker.
Person who goes hand in hand with our industry as well. So inspiring, such an incredible mentor, and anyone who has the chance to listen to her definitely should.
Anyone that's had the chance to work with her
Yeah.
knows how captivating she is.
So, and we want to be able to do this at every event, right? Very similar structure, but changed up every time. But I think bringing in just that extra little somebody else who can give something more than just
Absolutely.
us just doing our brows and our event, I think that's a great fucking time. I'm so here for it.
I'm so excited.
And the goodie bags.
You know what was so funny? I was sharing the slides yesterday.
Yep.
And we said goodie bag valued at $400.
Yep. Bullshit.
It's like $1,400.
We went to the warehouse the other day and Anthea and Tia are walking us through and they're like, okay, so like in there's stuff in there, and it was literally just this huge
There
row.
was like 3 meters long.
And it's not even half of it.
I know, but that's not even incorporating like vouchers from our like the fashion sponsors.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
so much going into this.
Can't get over it. When Anthony had told us how many brands were willing to jump in.
It's amazing.
I was like, that's a fucking community right there.
This is what I mean. And it's seeing how many people were so willing to jump on board.
Oh,
it was amazing.
I'm so excited.
The
I
goodie
might
bags
cry.
are legit. We actually we can't fit it in one. So we ordered
You'll get to your
ash
seat
bags.
and you'll have multiple bags for your goodies.
We ordered ash bags for the goodie bags.
Yeah.
But like you're probably going to be leaving with like 3-4 bags.
Yeah.
Like
stumbling out after a few cocktails
with
you're
all your goodie
caffeinated,
bags.
You're filled with a divine lunch. Like, I'm
plus all the knowledge
so
that you're going to
excited.
take away. But no, very excited for our Ash Education event. Can't wait to do a podcast kind of like recapping it. Yeah, so that'll be amazing. We'll have to get Anthea for
We'll
that
just be
one
on a
as well.
fucking high.
We will be.
Well, I don't know about you, but I like give myself like 2 or 3 days off after their event.
Definitely giving myself 2 days off after. And it's
I'm
like my
like,
birthday the week after as well. So
oh,
I'm literally like,
fun.
going away.
Birthday vibes. It was just Anthea's birthday like a week and a half ago. It was my birthday
2 days
pardon
ago.
me, 2 days ago. And that's your birthday coming up.
I know. We're all
birthday
end of the
fun.
year girls.
But we were trying to decide what we're going to do after the Ash event to celebrate.
Bit of a celebration.
We haven't decided yet.
We haven't decided yet. Usually like that conversation I noticed came up and then we all just started talking about work.
I know.
again.
We were like back into it.
So honestly.
Someone did ask though, what is our schedule and how have we adapted now bringing Ash into all our lives? It's been tricky.
It has been tricky.
But we've made it all work.
We did. And I think as well, it's like, I feel like we've adapted to Ash, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, we've been feeling, there's days where Shay and I have got clients, but we've managed to do
tricky.
either an hour meeting, a 2-hour meeting. Most Mondays we are actually at the Bella Beauty warehouse.
It's good because we can all meet in the middle.
Exactly. So
Coffees galore as well.
Oh yeah. Sister Cafe loves us. So we usually meet at Bella Beauty on a Monday. Sometimes it's a random Thursday.
Yeah, it's wherever it fits in our schedule right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like you just said, it is tricky having clients. Anthea, she's there. She has so much on her plate. Do not get me wrong. But she can make a lot of room in her schedule. It has been tricky for Helina and I to be like, okay, look, well, we've got this 2-hour gap here. I'll block it out for 3 weeks time. Or being like, fuck, I don't have a Friday, but I've got a Thursday. Like, what can we sort? So it has been tricky. And I think especially next year when we have multiple back-to-back, like right now we're in the very much of the prep stage. So it's a lot. But when we come up to those other events where they're so back-to-back, I feel like I will definitely be, I don't want to say reconsidering clients or anything like that, but I will be very strategic of when I allow to have clients because it is so hard balancing it all.
I think I'll still do like days of clients, whether that be that it's 2 days a week, 3 days a week. I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Obviously, incorporating travel and time and just time off too.
Yeah.
So I guess we're just going to have to see how next year goes. I think something that Shay and I would do every 6 months for the podcast was that we would plan the next 6 months.
Yes.
So I think
we plan our schedules.
Yeah. Come start of January, we'll all have to sit down and just plan out. We've got the months that we want to be in certain cities. And then just planning around that.
Can we mention, because obviously we've had a break from podcasts, we are so keen to dive back into it.
Yes.
We love interviewing guests.
Yes.
But we found Zooming just doesn't give us the same vibe.
Yeah.
So with us traveling so much, when we're in cities,
we're coming to you.
We want to find the people, even just our listeners want to hear from. Scout them, hunt them down, be like, this time
we're coming to your
meeting.
studio.
Because it is so much more interactive when you have the people right there in front of you. It is hard when you're Zooming and you're trying to like, oh, that's what they said. Yeah.
And it's like
hard having
the 10-second delay.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that's, I don't want to say like the pathway, but almost the pathway of barefaced.
Yeah.
So we're definitely going to be doing us sitting down, hoodies, catch-up vibes.
Love it.
But
So comfy,
we
by the
are
way.
definitely going to be incorporating more of an interview-style based podcast because I know I like listening to that stuff too.
I love
Yeah.
hearing someone's backstory and how they got somewhere.
And, we will still talk on certain subjects and things, but especially, we got to utilize the fact that we're traveling to these places.
Yeah.
Why not hear from these brow artists?
Yeah.
So
I've already got like 5 that's coming to mind
100%.
right now. But I would also love to hear from our listeners.
Please
if
tell
we're going
us.
to WA, if we're going to Melbourne, Sydney, who do you want to hear from and who should we set up?
Please let us know.
Because that's the vibes. even overseas. Do you know who I want to sit down with?
Buff.
Yeah, and Uli.
Oh,
I want to
get us to
sit.
Canada.
I want to sit with Uli.
She'd be so fun on the podcast.
She was at the Sydney Expo.
Yeah, we met her.
And I came back home really, really, really fucking inspired because in a room full of 50 ladies, she was nothing but herself.
And that is so unique.
It's so refreshing. And there was this one moment, I think she was getting a photo of someone and she just did this like crazy little face. And I was like, that's her. And I love it. And she's not apologizing for it. And I was like, I love that. And I know it sounds so like, oh, she's just being her. But I'm like, it can be so hard to just be yourself and not go into like professional
mode.
I'm here. I'm ready to work. It's like she was just having fun.
Yeah.
Love that.
She was so captivating.
She was.
Yeah,
her work
she was an amazing educator.
And I've got to say, she had a lot of kind of bumps with losing all her fucking luggage. And I'm like, that's a bit scary, guys, for us when we're traveling. Yeah. But she was able to think on her feet and sort out what she needed.
Had a girl.
So I'm like, okay, take note. If one of us loses luggage, what are we doing?
I don't want to think about that.
That's all right. Positive vibes. Let's take a moment to discuss one of our beautiful sponsors, Bella Beauty Professional. Bella Beauty is an Australian one-stop shop for all your brow and lash needs. Bella Beauty ships worldwide and their turnaround is incredibly fast. Now, you guys know Bella Beauty has been with us since the very beginning, so are you ready? You have your products lined up, you're in your checkout carts, and you need to enter in the details, capital BFNS4 in all capitals, and this will get you a cheeky discount code off all products. Thank you, Bella Beauty, for sponsoring our podcast once again. And if you wanted a little reminder, BFNS4 for a discount code when you check out. Okay, so I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a lot of trending videos going around right now. Everything's fun and exciting, which it is fun keeping up with trends. But I want to get your thoughts on them as well. I thought let's chit chat. Okay. So the first one I want to chat about is, what are your thoughts on, like, especially you see it a lot in the hairdress world on TikTok, but consultations being left in the video and being shared?
As in, like, talking?
Yeah, like talking to the client, having their consultation left in the video and then showing the brow process.
Love that.
Because I've been doing it and I've been loving it. But what's your thoughts on it?
I think it's cool. I think it's really cool to hear differently how people talk to their clients.
For sure.
And then seeing how, some clients interact, some a little bit more confident in what they want.
I love when a client's like, I want this, this, and this.
But I also love when a client's like, do whatever. I trust you. And I'm like, girl, I got you.
I got you.
So I think it's really cool. And I also think it would help a lot of people as well.
Definitely.
To understand, how you consult and, what to do when your client says this is what they like and whatnot.
Can we give a shameless plug quickly? On Ash Education, we've recently just created a digital product that you can download to help.
It's a full guide.
Oh, it's a guide for your consultations.
It's actually a Bible.
Oh my God, it's a freaking and the template on what we send out to our clients 24 or 48 hours before they come in.
It's literally what we send to our clientele, and by doing an in-depth consult, like online, it cuts literally 5 minutes out of that service time. So you get more time on the brow instead of sitting there and trying to understand what your client wants. Instead of reading off consult form, I don't know about you, but personally with a new client, I'll basically read the consult form back to them.
I'm going to make sure
in brow language and be like, we're going to do a soft natural vibe today. We're doing a dye, so we're going to keep it. It's going to be a little bit intense, but that's okay.
Actually, the other day I had a client who typed like, what style are you wanting? And she said like bold and dramatic. And then the next question after was, if you could tell your brow artist what not to do, what would it be? And she had also ticked bold and dramatic. And I was like, okay, girlfriend, which one is it? We need a fit. And she's like, oh my gosh, please don't make my brows too bold. I was like, okay. We don't want bold and dramatic.
And that's what I mean. That's why I just quickly resurfacing it, kind of going over it. It's that immediately you had to change what you're going to do with that brow then.
Yeah.
So
I was like, which one?
Consultation vids, love.
Yeah. But I'm really enjoying, and like even recording it, having the client know obviously that I'm recording, and I just send it to him and be like, are you happy for like I know some people hate their voice or their face being on camera, and I'm like, are you happy if I post this? Yeah. Everyone's like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it. Okay, rainbows and colour.
in content.
Yeah.
I think it's cool.
Yep.
It's very much so a trend.
Yep. I don't think it's completely necessary, but it's fun to play with and fun to film.
Absolutely. That's what I mean. So fun for content.
Yep.
I think color is so cool on the gram.
Yep.
But like I feel like a splash of it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Okay. That's your personal
Yeah, that's
vibe?
me personally.
Yep.
I think it looks great.
Yep.
I love seeing colored foams, colored mapping string.
Yep.
Such a vibe.
Yep.
It's definitely something I would incorporate into services.
Mm-hmm.
Not my main focus though. Like the brow is my main focus.
Okay.
And
Yep.
that's what I personally like seeing as well, is good brow work. So
Yeah.
I think it's cool, but it's definitely a trend.
Yeah. I think there's been a bit of like how do I say this? I feel like there's been a bit of people feel like they're being copied and pasted and, you know, I don't feel like anyone has 100% made a trend of this. I feel like, you know, one person.
Yeah.
I feel like collectively we're all taking inspiration from each other.
Yeah.
Sharing, applying their own thing and posting it.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like that's been recently. I've been seeing lots of like
I feel like people have lost the definition of like trend and actual like technique.
Yeah. So no, I'm here for fun, playful. I just don't think anyone can like call and say that they've started something.
Absolutely not.
I'm like, it's color. But also, have you been seeing like the colored phones coming out?
So cool.
Okay. So I found this video on my TikTok the other day and I died. I'm going to play it for you. I want to get your reaction.
Oh God. It's a fucking...
Stained. So in this video, this lady is playing with like a pink coloured foam. So cute, so pretty, great for the gram. And it sits on there for, I don't know if it sat on there for too long, but she goes to wipe it off. And this lady is stained pink.
I don't know what I would do.
So she then posted a follow-up video on TikTok like an hour or so later. It's from the Bare Brow Bar in, I think she's in Melbourne, maybe. And she posted that she did get it off, but imagine if you couldn't. It reminded me the days of when I used to be in Facebook groups and there was a lot of tattooists and they would be using this pen, like a marker, and they would tattoo and then they couldn't get the marker off.
Yeah.
And they would send their clients with
marker.
Freshly tattooed brows permanent marker. What the fuck do you do?
I think I'd actually have to I'd have to be like professional, but also be like, girl, I am so sorry.
I would probably start crying.
Yeah, I would apologize.
But like
that needs to be attached
pink. To we will put the video
in
drip, here.
The drip down the hairline.
And it's in now and she's a blondie and I was like,
it's across her whole forehead.
Be stressed.
I'd be freaking out.
So that's the only, again, such a fun little trend. We're loving colour. Great for the gram. Not great when it doesn't come off the skin.
No.
Oh my God, you would be like stressing.
Jesus, that would be very
But she ended up, she saw that I'd liked that video because it just came up in my feed. And then she messaged me and she was like, oh my God, love that you saw this. And I said, do you mind if I share it on the potty? She's like, fuck yeah. But she did tell me she did end up getting it off.
Good.
But you would be scrubbing. It reminded me when I played with a gold paste.
Yeah, right.
Do you remember when I couldn't get the gold paste off to save my life?
Well, no.
And I'd just done the most gorgeous blonde brows. So there's not much happening because it's blonde.
Yeah.
And I spent 10 minutes scrubbing her face because these gold fucking flecks glitter would not come off.
Jesus.
I was like, guys, this is stressful.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But, that would have given me a heart attack. Be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, girl.
All right, my last one on my list.
Okay.
And this is only recently it's been coming up on my feed and I think it's so funky. It seems like it's quite popular in Asia.
Okay.
And what they're doing for the lashes is putting the eye mask underneath, no rod, applying step 1 and putting all the lashes down.
What?
Have you seen this? They are relaxing with step 1 down onto this eye mask. And then for step 2, they wipe it off, they apply the rod, and they pull it up, and that's how they set with step 1. Step 2, sorry, fuck. Does that make sense?
So, yeah, so they're like relaxing without, so they're opening the bonds but straight.
Yeah.
And then putting rod on and then curling.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
No.
It's so interesting. Let me try and find one.
Interesting.
And I was like,
Cool,
I can
though.
see how it would work, but I don't know. It kind of gave me a bit of a little, I would be a bit scared. Scaredy cat.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like
lash lifts, I'm like, you know what? I know how to do it, and I'm not
okay,
playing
here we
around
go.
with it.
I've got the video.
Okay.
So they've relaxed them on step
yep.
1. And they're down. They're literally
They
down.
are so down.
Putting the rod on now. And then going, they while they've got like just, they're so flexible.
So open.
Putting them up.
Mm. It's also, that's a bit of tape holding those lashes down too.
Yeah. And then this is where they would then apply step 2.
Oh, they're using an interdental brush.
But isn't that such an interesting technique? I don't see anyone in Australia.
Wow.
It looks really cool though.
Do you not look at that brow hair and just want to tweeze it? Wow.
But yeah, I had been seeing that a lot on my feed. No one really, I would say in Australia is doing it, but a lot of the Asian countries have been doing it.
Love that.
Interesting.
So cool.
I love when you find a
new
different
techniques.
way. Yeah, to do something.
That's awesome.
Have you seen any trends that I didn't name there?
Not really.
No?
No.
Ivan.
You just kind
What's
of
next?
say them all.
What's next? If you are looking to stock your salon with some amazing and well-respected lash and brow products, you need to look no further than Lash Rescue. Since 2020, Lash Rescue has been saving lashes and brows with their signature serums, oils, and mascaras that are stocked worldwide and available for wholesale. These products are stocked in both Helina and I's salons, and they are an absolute game changer. The results and feedback that we have in regards to these products are just unbelievable. They are safe for the eyes and lashes. You get amazing results without any irritations, and their packaging is absolutely to die for. Whether you like to buy in bulk or you just like to grab 10 at a time, wholesaling is a great option if you are wanting to be stocking beautiful products that you can place in your salon. We would like to thank Lash Rescue for joining us for another season of the podcast. They can be found over at Bella Beauty, or head to their website, Lash Rescue, and you can find all the details on becoming a stockist.
So if you're an OG listener, you would know every fortnight there'd be an episode.
Yes.
Is that going to be continuing?
If we're going to be super honest with ourselves,
No.
I don't think we're able to commit to that right now.
We can't commit to it, but we're committing to the podcast.
Yeah. We're going nowhere again.
No. We are going to be doing a podcast as often as we can.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to be leaving, months in between episodes, but we will not be working on a constant schedule.
Yes.
Which for us, that's the schedule. That works for us.
I think in the end, like our last few episodes, we were really struggling with the new blend of Ash.
Yeah.
And also working and
Yeah.
just live happening.
We really had to find the balance.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think us just leaving it open, we will.
No pressure.
No pressure. I think that makes it more exciting again. Not like we were ever getting like potty, but it was getting tough.
Yeah.
So I think if we just keep it flexible.
Yeah, I love that.
But when it feels like we've got shit to talk about.
And we'll let you guys know when we're coming back. And, we definitely have so many things to catch up on, but we want to be able to have things to speak about with you guys too. And I feel like with the podcast, like I said, we've always embraced that community factor, and we're really going to push on that with like the interviewing aspect of things.
Yes. So excited.
Yeah, but we wanted to just jump back on into your ears and let you guys know that we're still here.
We're back though.
We're back.
We're
we
excited.
missed you guys, and honestly, just like sitting down with you, Shay, has just been so nice.
Been so nice. And just before we leave, this episode will be out, I think, in a few days, and there will only be a few days left to buy an Ash ticket for our Brisbane event.
Yes.
Let's just quickly, if you want to come, and if you're on our Barefaced and Naked Facebook page,
There's a discount.
There's a little discount code over there.
So get over to it.
And we would just love to have everyone there. And if you're not in Brisbane, if you're in Sydney, or
we've already had
anywhere.
people flying in from New Zealand, from Sydney.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
So
I just want to let everyone know it will have a different aspect everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So don't think it's going to be a copy and paste of Brisbane and Sydney.
Yeah.
It's going to be different. We're going to make sure, it's just, everything's got its own feel to it. But if you want to come, if you're free, come and see us.
Please, please, please. But if not, we will see you next time we podcast.
Amazing. Bye.
Bye.
Good.
Make sure to be supporting us on the podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. If you want to stay up to date, make sure you hit that subscribe button and keep up with every episode. Thank you for watching.